Why, hello, guys. Another part of the documentary of my life, of course, my everyday events and stuff. I bought some razors and, of course, shaved myself up like a normal human being, a normal person. And it's raining out here, but we need rain every now and then. Um, so it's beautiful. Um, today's been wonderful. I went out to eat at the new diner they have down there. I'm looking for a camper because a person can't live in the rain in a tent in May. It's too dangerous. Um, so I have to wait the rain out over here on a bench. Um, but that's fine because when you're left with nothing to live on, that's all you can do. You have no control over that. If someone takes your family away and your son away for nothing, and they take your job away and keep you up all night, well, there's nothing you can do but sit in the rain. There's nothing I can do about it. But people get placed in certain situations that they have no control over in their life, and what you have to do is just to try to work out of the situation that they put you in. That's all you can do. You know, if you're not allowed to have any family members, like get a cat, read a book. Don't let no one manipulate you into making it look like you're delusion or on drugs or anything like that. Keep your nose and your hands clean. Don't let people absolve themselves or do anything and try to pretend they didn't. Like what would happen in Sweetwater if Gina and her mother would have succeeded. I had nothing to do with that. Um, Never make anybody put fear into your life or your heart for defending yourself and defending your truth and your honor and your character. You don't let nobody do that. You always got to stand up for yourself. Don't let nobody create your life story. Don't let nobody manipulate you and your surroundings. If there's an unhealthy surrounding, you leave. Kind of like why I left 11 Oaks because they tried to put kerosene in my food. You know, that's wrong. That would have destroyed my brain and my lungs. Now, a black man laid up dying, not able to breathe, it's not funny. It's not. So, taking a bullet in the head and the face, you and your daughter and your wife taking a bullet in the head, that's not fun. That's not fun to be treated like a piece of trash. For people to make up things about you. But that's over, I suppose. I hope to God it is. And of course, um, I hope that no one, I hope no one continues to make up stories about me. You know, Gina and these rich people planting evidence, fabricating evidence to lead people on. It's bad. Now me came out and got something to eat. I was told by my pops to always try to take a different route. or go back and forth or do whatever to not be followed by the people that are going to be they pulled a gun to his head. They pulled a gun to his head too. Now, a group of people pulling a gun to a man's head and forcing him to put blood all over your children in the future plot to frame you for killing your own children. It's terrible. Just like Gina trying to frame me for killing my own daughter while I was saving her life. That right there, that would have I'll be doing the rest of my life in prison right now for no reason. And, and that's wrong. Gina's really wrong for that. Like, wow. But I'm getting over that. People in Hamlin are finally realizing that it was a messed up situation. I didn't do nothing. I got like, man, my eye was swollen shut, my head was bleeding, and I was hospitalized. And and it still hurts my feelings, but I'm getting over it. Of course. Imagine yourself being beaten up and robbed, just standing there, just with your hands at your side. And that's the most cruelest thing that I've ever seen in my life. That's the most cruelest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Especially after you save that person's life and that person's daughter's life. The Mayberry Diner up there has great food, very good food. Um, man, awesome, good price. I forgot how much I paid for it. I ain't take the price, right? Uh, uh, mm, mm. My God, good food, very good food. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, um, and a guy walking in your home or forcing himself into your home to gun you down, or were you handling your own legal business? Your own legal business, your own protest, your own legal business, telling you better keep your mouth shut. And he goes in there and he came to shut your mouth, to shut you up for good, and kill your whole family. Now, that man needs to be locked up for 50 years or so. Not vice versa, but he's still walking out. What about the next black family he tries to slay? You know, mm, Mayberry's Nana's good. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. I'm here waiting to rain out because you look delusional, right? Or stupid if you just sat there in a storm in a tent. I can't do that. So that's not my choice. You know, I was placed in that tent. I mean, look, if somebody rallies people up publicly to burn your house, and they attempt it, and then they rally people up to burn it down, that's not my fault. But he's not being held responsible for his actions. Why is that man who wants to commit a racist serial killing, calling us niggers, and everybody in here is gonna die. I'm here to shut you up about that for good. Why? What the fuck does my business have to do with you, Mr. Charles Wayne Scott? He's still walking free. That man is still walking free. He came back several times. Why is he still walking free? Terrible, huh? I suppose so. Um, I don't understand. Well, Gina said her and them are taking my human rights. My human, constitutional, civil, all my rights. That I'm a nigger and I have no rights is what she said. And he called me a nigger too. And the guy that pulled the guns to Tawana's face in Washington also used racial derogatory terms. Very racially motivated. As people learn that you're not the bad guy, I hope they do one day. That makes things better in my life. All the mental anguish that I experience is a normal thing. When you go through trauma, such as gunmen, a woman accepting money for your life, um, there's nothing you can do about that. You're not responsible for what other people do, trying to absolve themselves. That's the word that I learned yesterday is absolve. When people try to absolve themselves, they're trying to free themselves of and guilt and I don't know, guilt and something else. And I've been taking in crimes for them. I had to walk around and still walking around 19 years with a false criminal history on me. It's okay. But that's not fair to me. I don't understand why, but I mean, shit. And not being able to relieve yourself and to protect or defend your character because of a gunman. He tried to kill us. And that was the most helpless way that I've ever felt in my life. And it's okay. I've never felt so helpless in my life. Never. And, yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't protect him like I should have been able to, right? But I did protect him. Is the thing. I had nothing to protect them with. And I went to fight a battle against a gunman with my bare hands to save that woman and that child. And that's a hero. You know, you're running to put your life on the line for a woman and a child. That shows my character. I'm used to saving lives. Why would a man go try to fight a gun battle with his bare hands? Because he's used to doing that. He's done it plenty of times, is why. And now, like, what? I'm a piece of shit for saving lives. Wow. I went at a gunman with my bare hands to save the lives of a woman and a child. And they turn around and pay the woman and the child to act like I'm a piece of shit, to absolve themselves of guilt